Tabua, eu si sambe mo rekan roka. Adoro mo kan tabua, ando tele taka na waro na Pula FM. Namba 2 na sir.
Bola, nakago ilimo, ando tele taka na FM, na bo sa setter to na Pula FM.
Bola o tsempo ni valu ngone ni kandabu, ni mo kisa o bacik-ciku na sinu. Ando tele taka bali na waro na Pula FM na bantu na sir.
Oh, lori mai na gagi suka lambasa. Ito do tele taka. Bula FM, number 2 na série.
Bula FM, number 2 na série.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. In this bulletin, Commissioner of Prisons and 2 others charged by FICAC. 6 men in custody for allegedly stealing money after obtaining ATM card details. And Prime Minister says Fijians are duty-bound to end domestic violence. Commissioner of Prisons Colonel Ifiremi Vasu, the Director of Corporate Services of Prisons and a serving inmate, appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon charged with abuse of office. Following Colonel Vasu's court appearance, his acting appointment as Commissioner has been revoked by Prime Minister Bainimarama. Senior Officer Kameli Ratuvaka-Levulevu is now Acting Commissioner for Fiji Corrections Service. Savaira Tambua has the details.
Colonel Ifiremi Vasu is charged with 1 count of abuse of office for allegedly facilitating and approving the purchase of goods worth over $131,000 from the Namboro Minimart, in which he is a company director. The Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption alleges this is contrary to the Procurement Regulation 2010 under the Financial Management Act 2004. Former inmate and now Director Corporate Services, Penyasi Kunatumba, is also charged with 1 count of abuse of office for allegedly facilitating and approving the purchase of goods worth $54,000. The third accused, Dansuk Lalbika, is charged with abuse of office and aiding and abetting whilst being the manager of the mart between July 2013 and December 2014. Bika is alleged to have obtained a financial advantage between January 2013 and December 2014 by supplying goods to the Fiji Corrections Services, despite not being an approved supplier or contractor to the government. As a result, the former Suncourt Managing Director is alleged to have obtained a financial advantage of $186,000 for the Namboro Mart, knowing that business was not eligible supply to the Corrections Service. The 3 men have been granted bail and ordered to surrender their travel documents. Colonel Vasu is to report to the Totongo Police Station in Suva once a month. Penyasi Kunatumba reports to the Nambua Police Station, while Dansuk Lalbeka reports to the Rewanga Police Station. Plea will be taken on February 10th. For FBC News, I'm Savera Tambua.
6 Asian nationals have been arrested for allegedly stealing money from automated teller machines after obtaining electronic data stored on withdrawal cards. The suspects are being held at the Lautoka police station and are expected to be charged today. Eleanor Rangai View reports.
A tip-off from a taxi driver in Lautoka led to the arrest of the 6 Asian nationals who are alleged to have been withdrawing money from other people's bank accounts. Police say they have made over 50 withdrawals, all from local accounts.
There was a number of ATM cards found in the possessions, and they were going around a number of ATMs around the city, Lautoka city, and withdrawing. We're still trying to find out as to how they came about the ATM cards, how they came about the PIN numbers, or if there is a skimmer machine involved.
ACP Henry Brown adds, however, that they haven't received any reports from the banks about money going missing from customer accounts.
In fact, when we have contacted the financial institutions and they in return have contacted the account holders, everybody is in surprise as to find money missing from the account. There has not been a report in advance from customers or members of the public that the money is missing from the account.
Police have yet to establish if this case is linked to an earlier one in Nandi, where a skimming device was found in an ATM machine in September.
We're still trying to ascertain that if there is a link to previous skimmer machines investigations, or simply there's a hack in the banking system, or there's somebody involved from inside. So it's really complex. The investigation is still ongoing.
ATM skimming involves the use of electronic devices that capture account details, including personal identification numbers of people who use ATMs. Police are advising the public to be careful when using online banking or ATMs and to be careful who they give their ATM cards and pins to. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Meanwhile, in a statement this afternoon, the Association of Banks in Fiji says it is offering its assistance to the Fiji police force to determine from the apprehended suspects what the source of their scheme data was. The association says the perpetrators were using fraudulent cares with real customers' card details that it believes were captured via a skimming device, either attached to an ATM or via handheld card reader device. Prime Minister Bainimarama has again reminded everyone of the serious need to end domestic violence and sexual assault. Speaking to thousands of Fijians at Ratadakambau Park, Bainimarama says there is a collective responsibility to prevent such acts. Ali Kimbia has more.
In creating more awareness to stop violence against women and children, Prime Minister Bainimarama has urged everyone not to abuse and exploit the weak or less powerful.
It's time we start taking more preventive measures in our communities to protect our most vulnerable groups, our women and our children, from violence. When we allow violence to persist in our most intimate settings, such as our homes, that creates an infection of destructive behavior that spreads throughout our society.
Bainimarama says it is time for Fijians to work together and stop turning a blind eye to domestic violence and sexual attacks on women and children.
Currently, there is zero tolerance in our legal system for sexual assault and domestic violence. However, we need to create a culture that condemns these sorts of crimes before they take place.
The Prime Minister says all Fijians have a responsibility to try and stop domestic violence whenever and wherever it happens. Bainimarama highlighted the need to create a better future for families where there is no suffering and only love and support. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Minister for Women Rosie Akbar has hit out at the Fiji police force for not responding well to the instances of violence against women. Speaking at the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the Fiji police force, Akbar says women still have to endure inappropriate and inadequate police response. Eleanor Turangaivu reports.
43 women will be injured as a result of violence per day. 10 will lose consciousness, 21 will have an eardrum broken, while 1 will experience disability. Shocking statistics which marks Fiji as one of the most unsafe for women.
We hear stories of perpetrators acting with impunity, coming back to assault and intimidate victims, and we hear of cases of police not responding.
Akbar says the ministry has been inundated with complaints from women who have sought help from police only to be turned away, having their complaints trivialized or even being blamed for their own victimization.
In a sense, by individual police failing to act, failing to protect and dissuading complaints, they are telling women the violence they have endured is normal and not serious. And this is not good enough for our Fijian women.
Acting Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sitiven Ingilio admits there are shortfalls in implementing policies, but this is something they are vigorously addressing through training at the Fiji Police Academy.
We will continue to work together by drawing up a standard operating procedure which will be distributed to the station level for every police officer to understand the roles they have to play while receiving any complaints on sexual offences or violence against women and children.
In its 2016 annual corporate plan launched yesterday, the Fiji Police Force noted as one of its main key performance indicators the reduction of crimes against women and children by 10%. The acting police commissioner says the challenge now for police is to bring this figure down. The MOU signed today will commit police and the ministry to work together more closely for the protection of women and children in Fiji. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, Fiji marks International Human Rights Day.
Hi, my name is Edred and I'm from Nandi and I love Mirchi FM.
Hi, my name is Sonny from Canberra. I love listening Mirchi FM online.
मैं हूँ उर्मिला देवी आसियासी तावा से जितेन शांडिल को और अश्निल को तावा में लॉक कर दिया जाए.
हम लोग यहाँ से कतो में Mirchi FM सुनता है. Mirchi FM is hot.
I'm Shelly in Tanga Nursery. Mirchi music simply bindas in nursery.
मैं अशफाक बालू हुसैन Mirchi FM मेरे नस नस में.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Over 1,000 recipients urged to think big and take full advantage of government's efforts to assist all Fijians. Prime Minister Bainimarama, while dispersing grants to Fijians from the provinces of Tailevu, Naitasiri, Rewa and Lomaiviti. Alikimbia has more.
This handout covers the largest number of recipients under the small business grants. Prime Minister Bainimarama says recipients need to be creative and expand their business to unprecedented levels.
Now that we have dispersed so many grants throughout Fiji, we can take a full account of all the good that has been achieved. We can see where this money has gone and take stock of how far we've come.
Bainimarama admits there are obstacles in starting a business, but he is inspired by the enthusiasm shown by Fijians keen to grow their small-medium enterprises.
Running a small business is no easy task. After meeting expenses, it can be difficult to save up the necessary funds to invest in growth. That is why this grant scheme is so important.
For some of the recipients, the grant is an investment in the future.
And I've been looking forward to this. And when I got the call the other day to come and receive my check, I said, oh, it's just timely.
It will actually expand my business. I've already got my business with me.
The government helped us again to develop our farming more. We are proud.
More than 4,000 Fijian entrepreneurs have received the small business grants of up to $1,000 each. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission has recorded 237 cases of alleged human rights abuses. Maggie Boyle reports the majority of these are against state services.
The Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission used International Human Rights Day as a forum to highlight its work these past few months.
I think that largely because our teams have been going out, complaints team have been going around with Ilevu and Vanuatu, the complaint numbers had increased. All cases have been cleared and backlogs have been cleared except for 4 cases which are all against the state and they are pending investigation.
Human Rights Commissioner Sashi Kiran says collaboration is a key factor in getting through their caseload.
Because our teams were out during drought, we've had a lot of complaints about water, access to water in the outer rural areas. We've had complaints on land, common one. The other one, a very common one, is domestic violence and how these cases are handled by the authorities. Plus, generally there's a high level of complaints against the state services.
Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the importance of human rights has not only influenced the 2013 Constitution, but infiltrated the sector's core policies.
In the education sector, we've drawn up policies to ensure that the rights of students are intact. We have the child protection policy in all of our schools with child protection officers to ensure that the policy is honoured and respected. We also have the zero tolerance policy on corporal punishment to ensure that our children are safe from any form of abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have human rights as part of our curriculum in secondary schools to provide children with a firm foundation on human rights.
The 16 days of activism against gender violence also culminates today as we mark International Human Rights Day. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The European Union has congratulated Fiji for its staunch efforts in championing climate change in Paris, France. EU Ambassador and Head of Delegation Andrew Jacobs has praised Prime Minister Bainimarama while marking the end of the European Year of Development. Ellen Stolz reports.
The
European Year for Development was designed to show EU taxpayers where their money was going. Head of EU delegation in the Pacific, Ambassador Andrew Jacobs, says it's been a year of strengthening relationships.
We have worked very effectively with a range of different partners, both in Fiji and around the Pacific. And I think the European Year for Development has cemented our partnership with a wide range of different organisations and people.
Each month of this year was dedicated to promoting a range of different issues, including children, youth, peace and security, women and girls, and climate change, to name a few. Ambassador Jacobs says the climate change meet in Paris, COP21, has been used effectively by Pacific Island countries.
And I really do want to congratulate the Fijian Prime Minister, Mr. Bainimarama, and the other Pacific leaders for so effectively getting this message across. It's a message which has been heard loud and clear, particularly by the European Union, and we look forward now to a very comprehensive agreement, a legally binding agreement.
The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation was amongst 4 media organizations last night to be recognized for its hard work. The EU launched the competition at the beginning of the year to see which organizations could accurately, creatively and consistently produce stories on the European Year of Development. Other winners included the Fiji Times newspaper, Fiji Television and the Fiji Sun. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
Sports now, here's Jamie with the latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening in sports tonight. No changes to Fiji's 7th side for Cape Town tournament, and 24 teams to compete in International Netball Festival in Suva this weekend. This and more coming up.
Bula, I'm Dori from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan has named an unchanged side to play at the Cape Town Sevens in South Africa. There were some minor injury concerns after the Dubai win, including William Memata, but Ryan has stuck with the same winning lineup for this weekend. Fiji defeated England 28-17 in the cup final of the Dubai Sevens to lift the first tournament title of the season. Meanwhile, Ryan says his team will not stick to a single style of play throughout the 9 remaining legs of the World 7 Series. Fiji hardly committed to breakdowns on its way to winning the Dubai leg, and Ryan says there are more game strategies they plan to execute as Fiji hunts for a back-to-back title in the Cape Town Sevens tournament this weekend.
I think people are spending a lot of time on breakdowns, and we don't, because we want to stay on our feet. And there's a few things that we want to try to bring into the game that I think will be a new innovation in the Sevens game that I don't think we're quite ready to put out into the series. It will be in the next couple of tournaments.
Fiji faces Scotland in its opening pool match at 9:59 Saturday evening. You can watch that game and the entire tournament live on FBC TV. After a lapse of 10 years, the Northern football side is returning to stamp their mark at the Ultimate Fiji Soccer Cup tournament. The division is fielding a squad each in the under 16, 17 and 18 grades. Josephine Navula has more.
Having travelled to Nandi all the way from Vanuatu, these young players aren't just making up the numbers. Regional Technical Director Iosefo Vosamboto says they've been preparing well and have set their mind on making some waves.
It's a wide selection in the north, like some players coming from Bua, Nandongo, and Senganga. The untouched talent, they are there. So they are here to show their talents to the selectors. The selectors are they're here to select the best team to represent our country.
Vosamboto adds the players are already impressing national selectors.
6 of our players already selected from under 16, and we got more numbers too in under 18, and I think it will be more and more numbers players from the north to come in on the national team.
The tournament has also encouraged a lot of youngsters to take up the sport.
The development work can improve the level of coaching to improve the standard of players in the north.
The final of the Ultimate Fiji Soccer Cup will be held at the Prince Charles Park in Nandi tomorrow. Josephine Vula, FBC Sports.
The first international netball festival organized by the Grasshoppers Netball Club will be held this weekend. 24 teams from Fiji and Australia will take part in the inaugural competition. Rohit there with more.
A group of young players hoping to make it big, following in the footsteps of some of Fiji's biggest names in netball. Ruthi Konose has been playing netball for the last 3 years and is ready for the first ever International Netball Festival.
It's been going well. We've been training for 2 months, intensive training on and off, especially during the week. We've just been practicing on our skills mostly, how we should prepare ourselves for the game, the control of the ball, our shooting especially, and just the flow of the game.
4 teams from Australia will compete in age groups with another 3 teams in the open grade. Konose says the girls are looking forward to the competition.
Yes, and hopefully it'll keep our standard of netball higher. Well, we've been excited since we started. We've been prepping ourselves, getting ready for what they have to bring us.
The Grasshoppers Club is one of the oldest netball fraternities in Nasinu and has grown many national players from the district. It's being helped out by club ambassador and Fiji Pearls goal shooter Bainimarama Mitchell. Tournament begins at 8 a.m. on Saturday at the National Netball Centre in Suva. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Fiji tennis team is aiming for a strong finish at the TVL Regional Junior Championship next week. 6 young players will represent Fiji in the under 14 and 12 grades. Maui Leflin, who finished as runner-up in the boys under 12 division last year, makes a return to the competition again this year, competing in the under 13 division. Meanwhile, a week-long junior training camp is underway at the Regional Tennis Complex in Nandovu, Lautoka. The Junior Championships tournament will be held in Port Vila, Vanuatu. Australian Football League, or AFL, is slowly but surely growing in the country as well as the region. According to the Sports Regional Development Manager, there are plans to expose players from the Oceania Cup that came to an end in Suva yesterday to the top competition in Australia next year. Chalen Dadakadaka reports.
Players from under the age of 15 from Fiji, Tonga and Nauru have been competing in the Oceania Cup at Furnival Park in Suva this week. Nauru defeated the hosts 41-31 in the final yesterday, but the match displayed the talent that officials want to expose overseas.
Hand select 10 to 15 maybe boys, aged 15 from Tonga, Nauru, Fiji, Solomon Islands and Vanuatu. So we 15 boys selected up to there, and they'll come with me to Brisbane and form part of the AFL South Pacific Talent Camp, which will be running around May next year.
With this plan in mind, there is still more to be done to develop the sport of AFL in the country.
2008, 2009, AFL Fiji has started running some small programs in Suva. Now, we're still building, we're still small, we're still promoting our game, and we're teaching and training our staff. So we have our AFL development officer, Sateri, who runs around, and we do bullet kick sessions in schools and weekends, senior competitions now. So we're slowly growing.
Despite it still being in its adolescent stages, AFL is sure to grow once these youngsters get a taste of the sport overseas. Salendo Takataka, FBC Sports.
Vodafone Fiji has launched a new-look website. On hand to do the honours last night was Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach all the way from Cape Town in South Africa. With the touch of a finger from thousands of miles away, Ryan got the new Vodafone website up and running. Chief Marketing Officer Rajneesh Prasad says customers can now use the online portal to top up their mobile phones, check their balance and carry out M-Pesa transactions.
We continue to discover new horizons and explore new possibilities as one of the major players in the industry. An embedded culture of innovation has enabled us to foster our strategy of vertical integration.
The new website is also better accustomed for mobile phones and tablets. From head chef of a popular local Indian restaurant for the past 12 years to now owning Suva's newest restaurant. Kim Singh was all smiles today as he opened the doors to his new eatery, Yellow Chili. Singh and his father-in-law decided to become business partners with the sole aim of cooking and serving authentic Indian dishes. Singh has set up a cozy spot looking out onto Carnarvon Street. Invited guests and family members had nothing but praise for the food served to them today. Some showers was experienced over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands today. Elsewhere, fine weather apart from brief afternoon or evening showers prevailed. In temperatures, Suva and Sabah recorded 28 and 29 degrees respectively, while all other centres were in the 30s. Tomorrow, expect a mixed bag with fine conditions giving way to cloudy conditions and isolated showers over the Fiji group. And the further outlook is for Saturday, some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, isolated afternoon or evening showers. Our main stories again. Prisons Commissioner Colonel Ifiremi Vasu's appointment has been revoked after he appeared in court charged with abuse of office. Asian national arrested for allegedly obtaining ATM card details and stealing money. And Prime Minister says Fiji has a responsibility to end domestic violence. Time for this week's poll question. We are asking, should Pio Tuai be guaranteed a spot in the Fiji Sevens team to the Rio Olympics? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Bye for now.
Hi, my name's Viviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateva. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Krish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Lautaka and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my grog and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Navua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Raki Raki and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.